In this session we will be discussing about various cell references, array formulas, how to filter and sort data. Here in this slide you can see how to address a particular cell. Types of cell reference: relative reference, absolute reference and mixed reference. Relative cell referencing. In this cell reference, as you move horizontally or in vertical manner, the formula gets copied accordingly. Absolute cell referencing. It is when we make any of the cell number fixed. So to do so, keep the cursor on cell address that you want to fix throughout entire row and column and press the key F4 once. So once you press F4, that cell has been locked, and now press the enter. Mixed cell referencing. In this type of referencing, the entire row and entire column has to be locked. So press F4 twice to place $sign in front of row value only, and press F4 thrice to place the $sign in front of column value only. This is quick cell referencing using key F4, which we have already discussed. Introduction to array formulas. In this slide, we are discussing about array formulas in Excel. As you gain more experience with Excel, you will find using array formulas and array functions will really help you to be more efficient in Excel. So let's begin. They all start with an equal, then followed by a squiggly bracket or curly bracket. The syntax for this function is as follows: equal, left squiggly bracket, select the row, semicolon, select the column, and then right squiggly bracket. Here you can select the row by simply selecting the elements in the row with comma in between. In similar manner, you can select the column. And after you type the syntax, simply press enter. The following procedure is valid for the newer versions of Excel. For older versions, that is, if you have anything other than Excel 2019 and Office 365, what you can do is you can enter the array by highlighting the size of the array that you want to enter, and then type the syntax. After that, press Ctrl Shift and enter. So that's how you can use the array formulas in Excel. It will be more clear after watching the demonstration video.
This is the demonstration of Introduction to Array Formulas in Excel. Array formulas is another very useful feature for engineering students as they use matrix calculations very frequently, and Excel serves the purpose very efficiently. So the first basic thing to know is to create an array. So here is the demonstration to create a 3x3 matrix. Now since this is an older version of Excel, I will first have to highlight the area of output, then type in the command equal to curly bracket 1, 2, 3 semicolon. Now commas is for change in column and semicolon is for change in rows. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Close the curly bracket and press Ctrl Shift and enter. So this is a 3x3 matrix. Now if you have a newer version of Excel, you can simply type in the command and press enter. Next thing is to create a multiplication table. Here I wish to fill in the void by multiplying the corresponding values. That is, for this cell I want 1 into 6, for this 1 into 7, 1 into 8, 1 into 9 and so on, and similarly for the column as well. Here I want 1 into 6, 2 into 6 and so on. So to do so, first with the basic knowledge of Excel, what I will do is equal to, I'll select this cell, multiplied by this cell and press enter. So when I drag it to the right, I get the output as this, which is obviously wrong. So for that, I will fix this column as my reference. To do so, I will have to press F4 thrice and make it an absolute reference. Now I will press enter and drag it to the right. Now I got the correct output. But let's see if this formula works well down the column as well. No, this column doesn't work well because here 6 into 3 I get as 36, which is wrong. So for that I will have to fix the second row and make it a mixed reference. So to do so, I will have to press F4 twice and now press enter. So when I drag it down, I get the output as this. Now this is correct. So by now you have realized that the concept of references is a bit confusing. So to avoid that confusion, I will use array formulas to complete this multiplication table. So now for older version, I will have to highlight the output area, then type in equal to, I will select this array multiplied by the second array and press Ctrl Shift and enter. So I got the multiplication table in just one step. The next task for you would be to calculate matrix multiplication using array formulas. That's all for introduction to array formulas.
In preceding slides, we will be discussing about how to apply filter, sort data, and how to create an Excel table. Filtering data in Excel. Data can be filtered in Excel when you only want to display the records that meet particular criteria. To do this, follow these steps. On the Data tab in Sort and Filter group, click on Filter, then arrows in the column headers will appear. Click on the arrow next to the field that is to be filtered. Now click on Select All to clear all the checkboxes and just click on the box that you want to display and simply click OK. So Excel will only display the result that you have selected. In this slide, we will be discussing how to create an Excel table and work on different options of table. Let's see one by one. Very shortcut method is just keep cursor anywhere in data of which table is to be formed and simply press Ctrl T. Here T stands for table. Another alternative is Ctrl L. So after pressing Ctrl T or L, a dialog box will get displayed on the screen and it will select the data. You will see dancing ants automatically on your screen. That means the range of table is selected. And you see the very first option, it says to verify whether your table has headers, and then after verifying simply press OK. So this way you can create a table. How about long cut method? It's all same. Just keep cursor anywhere in data and go to Insert tab. You see third option is table. Click on it and again repeat the same procedure as before. Now what's the beauty of table is, once the table is been created, you get sorting, filtering and sort by color option automatically. What's the difference is, when you keep your cursor inside the table, you will see there's a design tab which will be active automatically, and if you keep cursor outside the table, the design tab goes away. And from design tab you can explore ahead various functions of that tab. So that's how you create an Excel table. Now we move forward to demonstration video. Sorting data. Sorting allows you to organize data based on some criteria, that is alphabetically or numerically. You can sort your Excel data on one or multiple columns. You can also sort in ascending or descending order. For example, you could organize a list of contact information by their last name, middle name, etc. Sorting on one column. To sort on one column, execute the following steps. Click any cell in the column that you want to sort. In this case, we are sorting on the last name column. Click on the data tab on the ribbon in sort and filter group. Now click on whichever order you want to sort the data, that is ascending or descending, and then press enter. Here the result of sort in ascending order are displayed. Sorting on multiple columns. To sort on multiple columns, execute the following step. On the data tab in sort and filter group, click on sort, then select last name from the sort by drop down list, then click on add level. After this, select cells from the then by drop down list and then click OK. Now the records are sorted by last name first and then by cells. So this was all about filtering data, creating an Excel table and sorting data in Excel. So we move forward to demonstration video.
This is the demonstration of inbuilt functions in Excel. In this video, we are going to cover applying a filter, creating an Excel table and sorting data in Excel. To begin with applying a filter, this can be done in two ways. First is you can go to home and you can click on sort and filter option and click on filter here. Second is you can go to data and click on filter. So I will select the whole range of columns here and I will select on filter. Filters are denoted by drop down boxes at the top. See here. Now in this example I have to separate the students of section 102. So what I will do is I will go to sections drop down box. I will deselect this option and I will select only 102. This will display me the details of students who belong to section 102. I will copy these details and paste it over here. Okay, and I will then deselect the filter option to get my original data back. So I have filtered out section 102 students from this data. Next function is creating an Excel table. So this can be done in two ways. First, we can go to home and click on format as table. Then you can select any one format. Okay. Next is you can go to insert and click on table, but here you cannot select the table color. Okay, so I prefer to go with the first one, that is I will select the table first. I will go to home and click on format as table and select this green theme, and I will click on my table has headers because it has headers like name, student ID, section, marks, etc. So I will click on OK, and here I got the table as follows. Okay, so I can name this table as S details in the name box, S details, and enter. The table has been given a name. Next, if I write here grade adjacent to the last column and press enter, then automatically this gets added to the table. Okay, now if I write here S details, it will show that the changes have been reflected to the table. If I want to add a new row, I can go to the last cell and I can press tab to add the new row, then again go to last cell, add tab, and this way we can add tabs in the table. Next is you can add a total row in the table, that is go to design and click on total row. So here you can calculate the total of any column Suppose here I want to calculate the total of marks, so I can go to the total of marks. Here in the drop down box I can select sum to get the sum of all the marks, and if I want to get the number of students in this table, I can go to student ID here and I can select the count option to get the count of the students. Moving forward to the sorting techniques, sorting can be done in ascending, descending, or alphabetically. So if I want to sort this column, I select the column, I go to home and I select sort and filter option. I click on sort smallest to largest. Now here I get a warning. If there is a column adjacent to this column, the column which I am sorting, then this warning will be there, that is expand the selection or continue with the current selection. Expand the selection option does the corresponding changes in the next row as well, and if you want to continue with the current selection, then the changes are not reflected in the adjacent column. Okay, so I will do expand the selection and sort the entire row here. So I will click on expand the selection and sort. So here changes are reflected in both the columns. Okay, next, sorting can be done in a custom manner as well, that is it can be done according to your own needs. Now here I will sort on the basis of cell color. Okay, so go to sort and filter, click on custom sort, and here you can add level, delete level. Okay, so here I will sort on the value cell color, then green at bottom. Okay, and press OK. So here you can see green is at the bottom. Now I want red color to be at the bottom. Okay, so I want to sort on the basis of font color as well. So again select the column, go to sort and filter and click on custom sort, and here add level. Then first it will sort on the basis of cell color, next it will sort on the basis of font color, and I want red on bottom. Okay, next OK. So here the fox was earlier up, now it is down, and it has been sorted. Okay, so this was all for inbuilt functions in Excel.
I hope you all are well versed about various cell references, array formulas, filtering and sorting data, and that's all for today's session. Thank you.